Dear students, we entered into the third semester of Adikavi Nannaya University. As per the university syllabus, the third semester deals with optics. Optics means it is a part of physics that gives the explanation or that deals with light and the optical instruments. Here in our syllabus we have 5 units. In the 5 units altogether we have 9 chapters, and these 9 chapters are shown on the screen. The first chapter is aberrations. The next 2 chapters are interference 1, interference 2, and 4th, 5th chapters are diffraction and diffraction 2. 6th one is polarization, 7th one lasers, 8th fiber optics, and lastly the holography. And as per the syllabus, I will go first through aberrations. So, coming to aberrations, first we have to know what is meant by an optical instrument. Optical instruments means it is a device or an instrument that is used to observe or view any object clearly. For example, suppose we want to observe a distant object, then we will use an instrument that is nothing but a telescope. Similarly, if we want to observe a small object clearly with some magnification, and the instrument that is used is called a microscope. So, in general, telescopes, microscopes or any that type of instruments are called optical instruments. And coming to the definition of aberration, aberration is nothing but an error or defect. Here the error is observed when the object is through an optical instrument. So, if a object is viewed through an optical instrument, then it may give some defected image either in shape or in color. That type of defect is called aberration. And here aberrations are of 2 types. According to the reasons, the first reason is the aberrations due to the light that is used. The second one is that is due to the optical instrument that we use. First, we will go through the aberration due to the light, and that is also called the chromatic aberration. Chromatic means that is related to color. And before going to chromatic aberration, first we have to know what is meant by composite light and monochromatic light. We know light is a form of energy, and light is in the form of a wave. Wave means it has crests and troughs. The distance between two successive crests is called a wavelength, that is represented by lambda. Similarly, the distance between two successive troughs is also called the wavelength. If this wave length changes, then the color of the light also changes. That means the wavelength of the light and the color of the light are interrelated. That means if the wavelength changes, then the color of the light also changes. Suppose if the light has only one color or one wavelength, that light is called a monochromatic light. For example, neon lamps or helium lamps, they will give only one color, so they are called monochromatic lights. The other one is a composite light. Composite light means it has many colors or more colors. So, composite light means it is a combination of different colors. If we take the example, white color is a composite light. White has 7 colors. We know they are VIBGR. When coming to the definition of this chromatic aberration, if a white light or a composite light incident on an optical instrument, and if the image formed is in different colors, that aberration is called chromatic aberration. That means the object is in one color and the image is in another color. So, there is a deviation in the color of the image from that of the object, and that aberration is nothing but chromatic aberration. Coming to the reasons, this chromatic aberration is observed or arises only in case of lenses, but not in mirrors. Why? Because when a white light or a composite light incident on lens, it takes deviation when passing through the lens or emerging out from the lens. This deviation in the path of light when it enters from one medium to the other medium is called the refraction. When white light incident on it, the different colors will refract in different angles. So, the light splits into its constituent colors, that is white splits into its 7 colors VGR. And because of that, we will observe the chromatic aberration in case of lenses, but in case of mirrors, that chromatic aberration does not arise, because in case of mirrors the images are formed due to the reflection. In reflection there is no question of dispersion. So, here the refractive index, we know that refractive index mu is nothing but, according to Snell's law, it is sin I by sin r, where I is the angle of incidence and r is the angle of refraction. This refractive index changes with the wavelength of the light. That means, if the color of the light changes, then the refractive index mu also changes. That means, different colors will have different refractive indices. The chromatic aberration can be explained by using lens maker's formula. So, in case of chromatic aberration, the lens maker's formula is important. Here on the screen, the lens maker's formula is shown. The equation is 1 by f is equal to mu minus 1 into 1 by r 1 minus 1 by r 2. In this case, what are the meanings that represent these letters? First one is focal length, or say f. Focal length means when a parallel beam of light incident on a lens, then they will converge or meet at a point on the other side of the lens on the principal axis, and that point is called the principal focus. Suppose if we observe the figure, here the white light is incidenting from left side on the lens, then each and every ray is dispersed into its 7 constituent colors. All the red rays will meet at FR, all the violet rays will meet at FV. In between, different colors will meet at different places on the principal axis. So, here the distance between the principal focus and the center of the lens is called the focal length, and that is represented by small f. So, different colors will have different focal lengths, and similarly, as the focal length changes, the refractive index also changes. Here this mu is taken in general, but this mu value changes with the color of the light. And coming to R 1 and R 2. R 1 and R 2 are called the radii of curvature of the lens. Here see on the figure, the lens has two surfaces. The first surface, take the first surface. This first surface, if it is extended, then it will form a sphere. that sphere has a radius, and that radius is called the radius of curvature of this surface. Similarly, the other surface, that is the right side surface, also has a radius of curvature that is represented as R 2. Here the lens has two surfaces, and because of that it has two radii of curvatures. But in case of mirror, mirror has only one surface, and because of that it has only one radius of curvature. So, what is the definition of radius of curvature? Means the radius of curvature is the radius of the sphere from which the surface of the lens is taken. And see the figure once again. Here capital Fr is the principal focus for red light, and capital Fv is the principal focus for the violet light. I have already told you that the distance between the center of the lens and principal focus is called the focal length, and these focal lengths are represented by small fv and small fr. Here small fr, that is focal length for red, is more than the focal length of violet light. So, coming to this one, Fr is greater than Fv, and coming to the equation, that is Lensmaker's formula, the F is on the denominator and mu is on the numerator, and because of that these two are inversely proportional. Inversely proportional means if f increases, mu decreases, or if f increases, then mu decreases, and because of that when Fr is greater, then mu r is less. So, in this case mu v is greater than mu r. So, as the focal lengths for different colors are different, then if a white object is placed before a lens, then we will observe the image in different colors at different places. This is nothing but the chromatic aberration. Next one is, what are the types of aberrations? The first one is longitudinal or axial chromatic aberration, and the second one is lateral or transverse chromatic aberration. Coming to the longitudinal chromatic aberration, what is the change in the position of the images of different colors is called longitudinal chromatic aberration. See this figure. Here an object AB is taken on the left side and the rays from the object will fall all incident on the lens and they will form different images on the other side of the lens in different colors. Say AR BR is the red image and AV BV be the violet image. Then what is the distance between these two images, that is AV and AR, and this distance is taken as x. This distance is called the longitudinal chromatic aberration. Here longitudinal means parallel to the axis. So, it is also called as the axial chromatic aberration. Next one is lateral chromatic aberration. In case of lateral chromatic aberration, lateral or transverse. Lateral or transverse means perpendicular to the axis. Here what is the perpendicular distance on the axis means the size of the images. Here AV BV is the size of the violet image and AR BR is the size of the red image. Then what is the difference between these two? That is AR BR minus AV BV, and that is represented by y here. This y is perpendicular to the axis of the lens. So, this difference is called the lateral chromatic aberration or transverse chromatic aberration. Next, we will go into the derivation of an equation for chromatic aberration. Here, two cases will arise. The first case is the derivation of chromatic aberration when the object is placed at infinite distance from the lens, and case 2 is when the object is placed at finite distance from the lens. So, coming to the case 1, that is when the object is placed at infinite distance. In any derivation, we will first give the introduction. The introduction is, here we are taking a convex lens and this is the convex lens. Let the general refractive index of this lens is mu. This is the refractive index, and general focal length of the lens is f. Why I am using the term general means, here these two values mu and f, these two values vary with the color. That means, if the color changes, then the f value changes and the mu value also changes. but the radii of curvature r 1 and r 2 of the lens does not change with the color of the lens, and these are represented by r 1 and r 2. Here we are using a composite light, that means a white light. This white light object is placed at infinite distance. So, the rays those are coming from distant object are parallel to one another, and that light is also called as a parallel beam of light. So, this is the parallel beam of light that is coming from the object which is placed at infinite distance, and that is incidenting on the lens, and they are forming the images on the other side with different colors at different places on the principal axis of the lens. And take the lens maker's formula, and we know this lens maker's formula earlier, and this is the general equation for lens maker's formula or equation. And from this equation, if we take 1 by r 1 minus 1 by r 2, then this is equal to 1 by f into mu minus 1. Say this equation is 1. Similarly, we can write the same lens maker's formula for different colors. Here I am taking only two colors, means to avoid confusion. So, for violet color, the lens maker's formula is this one, 1 by f v is equal to mu v minus 1 into 1 by r 1 minus 1 by r 2. Here the suffix v is used for the light is violet, for that is v for violet. Similarly, for red color also we wrote the equation 1 by f r is equal to mu r minus mu v into 1 by r 1 minus 1 by r 2. Then subtract equation 3 from equation 2, then we will get this equation. Say this equation is 4. Please do the derivation physically on the paper, then it is easy to understand the derivation. So, f v minus f r is equal to mu v minus mu r into 1 by r 1 minus 1 by r 2, and in the equation 4, that is this one, instead of 1 by r 1 minus 1 by r 2, I will substitute equation 1. So, substituting 1 by f into mu minus 1 instead of this 1 by r 1 minus 1 by r 2, then I will get this equation. And taking the LCM on left side, I will get f r minus f v by f r f v is equal to 1 by f into mu v minus mu r by mu minus 1. Next, coming to f r and f v, and this product is taken as f square, because f is taken as the average of f r and f v. That means, f r plus f v by 2 is equal to f. So, this Fr into Fv, Fr into Fv is approximately equal to F square. Then substituting this F square value in this one, then we will get Fr minus Fv by F square is equal to 1 by F into mu v minus mu r by mu minus F. Here this mu v minus mu r by mu minus 1 is taken as omega. What is this omega? This omega means it is the dispersive power of the lens. If this omega value, this is omega not W, this omega value when this is substituted, then the equation finally comes out as Fr minus Fv is equal to omega F. This is nothing but the longitudinal chromatic aberration. That means, this is the measurement of longitudinal chromatic aberration when the object is placed at infinite distance, that is equal to the difference of the focal lengths Fr minus Fv, and this is also equal to the product of the dispersive power of the lens and the focal length of the lens, and that is the first derivation. Next, coming to the second case, that is when the object is placed at finite distance. See this figure, this figure. In the earlier case, we took a parallel beam of rays because the object is at infinite distance, but here the object is at a finite distance, that is at O on the principal axis. Then the rays coming from the object, here also we will take the white object, that means it gives the composite light, and the rays are coming like this and they fall or incident on the convex lens and different colors, that we here the lens will disperse the light into 7 colors and different colors will take different angle of refraction and they will meet at different points on the principal axis on the right side of the lens. Let IR and IV be the images formed for different colors. Next one, the distance for image, that is the distance between the image and the lens, let it be V, and similarly the object distance, that means the distance between the object and the center of the lens is U, and U is a constant and V is a variable, because the image distance V changes with color. Similarly, the focal length also changes with color. So, F is also a variable. Coming to the introduction, here we are taking the convex lens of focal length F and dispersive power say omega. The object is placed at a distance u from the lens on the axis and the images are formed at a distance v on the other side of the lens. And we know the equation for the focal length in UV method, 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u, and here we are taking the sign convention, and because of that the negative sign for u comes. What is sign convention means? It is the convention in measuring the distance. Suppose if the measurement is along the light ray, suppose V is taken, V is taken from the lens to the image of the object, and the light rays are moving in this direction. Similarly, the V also measured in the same direction. So, we will take it as positive, but in case of object distance is measured from the lens to the object, and it is in opposite to the direction of the light flow. So, we are taking a negative sign. So, here this equation is taken as equation 1. Here I have already told you the focal length f, the image distance v, these two values change with color. So, these are variables, but the object distance does not change with the color of the light. So, u is a constant. So, differentiating this equation 1, we will get this minus 1 by f minus df by f square is equal to minus dv by v square minus 0, because the differential of u, that is constant, is equal to 0, and cancelling the negative signs, df by f square is equal to dv by v square. Df means change in the focal length and dv means change in the image distance, and we will write this df as fr minus fv. This is the change in the focal lengths, and next dv is equal to vr minus vv. This is the change in the image distance. Then fr minus fv by f square is equal to vr minus vv by v square, and taking vr minus vv on one side, then vr minus vv is equal to fr minus fv by f square into v square. But in the earlier case, we know that fr minus fv is equal to omega f. Substituting this value here in the equation 2, then Vr minus Vv is equal to omega f by f square into v square. Then ff gets cancelled, then Vr minus Vv is equal to omega by f into v square. Vr minus Vv means it is the distance between the two images of two different colors. This is the equation for longitudinal chromatic aberration when the object is placed at finite distance. So, my dear students, with this I will conclude this part, and next we will go into chromatic aberration in the next part. Thank you.